season is considered an AHL veteran. Ronnie Attard is not, so this alleviates the veteran logjam for the Bakersfield Condors. And Attard is a 6'4" right shot D. He can shoot the puck. Double-digit goals last couple of years. Leon Draisaitl with a total of 19 career points, 17 games against the Devils, 6 points in the Oilers' last 2 games. Stay tuned following the game for the Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance goal of the game. With health, dental, travel, we've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. Out-of-town scoreboard for Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers, and getting started in about a half an hour's time. The LA Kings are at the Nashville Predators. Local ties for Sobeys and Safeway. Liquor, wine, spirits, beer, and so much more. Well, we'll focus on Curtis Lazar, who's out right now, but of course won a Memorial Cup with the Edmonton Oil Kings back in 2014. Rob Brown still to come. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
The holiday countdown has started at Freedom Ford. Unbeatable deals on 2024 models with savings up to $15,000 and 0% financing. Plus, enjoy up to $10,000 cash back on your new Ford. Hurry, these offers won't last.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
The holiday countdown has started at Freedom Ford. Unbeatable deals on 2024 models with savings up to $15,000 and 0% financing. Plus, enjoy up to $10,000 cash back on your new Ford. Hurry, these offers won't last.
This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Springboard inside the game analyst Rob Brown. Rob, Edmonton and New Jersey in the second of it back-to-back. This New Jersey team can really skate.
They can. They're a good hockey club. A lot of people in the East think they have a chance to come out of the East and battle for a Stanley Cup. The one thing they haven't had in the last number of years, Bob, 2 things. They haven't had health, they've had a lot of injuries, and they haven't had goaltending. They got Markstrom. Markstrom's a good goaltender. He's not playing tonight, but he's a good goaltender, and they're healthy right now. It's a fun team to watch. This is one of those teams that you get excited for when they come to your city because of the way they played. It'll be a good test for the Oilers.
All right, Connor McDavid today taking the optional. It's got to be a bit of a spark for the boys, doesn't it, even though they know he's not quite ready to come back yet?
Well, I mean, you're always happy when players are healthy on your team. I don't think it really affects the way the team is playing. This team's played well the last 2 games without him in the lineup. He finishes checks. He keeps plays alive. And when he does, he gets me the puck. So I thought Picolzin has been excellent these last couple games, and he's hoping to continue it. He's got a physical element to his game that when he plays on Leon's line, he just creates a little bit more room out there, and that's always good for a skilled player like Leon Draisaitl.
Skinner and Zach Hyman both scored in yesterday's game. They're on that line with Nugent Hopkins.
Well, that's good. We talked about it. When Hyman scored his first goal, it's going to start coming in bunches. He's had too many chances. Eventually, they're going to find the back of the net. That was a huge nothing goal against Nashville on the breakaway. It was nothing in the scoreboard, but that meant the world to Zach Hyman and Skinner. That's world class. The goal he scored, the edge work that he did to keep himself from going behind the net, and then the delicate hands that he was able to pull the puck in, that was pretty. And if you're going to beat the New Jersey Devils, you're going to have depth in your lines. You can't just roll one line and expect to beat a good team like New Jersey. They will need all four lines going, and when you got your second line going with Nugent Hopkins and the two wingers that he has and can create some offense, it puts more pressure on a New Jersey team that likes to run and gun. But if they're playing in their own zone, it's a little bit tougher.
All right, I got to ask you, Drake Caggiula, I haven't minded his game. He's out. Derek Ryan's back in.
Surprised.
Yeah, are you? Me too.
I'm surprised. I think that's just respect for a veteran in Derek Ryan and not letting him sit too much. But I thought Caggiula's been very good. That fourth line, I thought both games the fourth line played, I thought were excellent. This is one of those few times where a coach says you were not dressing because of numbers. It's the truth, because Drake Caggiula deserves to be in the lineup.
All right, we got one more for you, Rob. Let's get to the Ford Keys of the Game, brought to you by Ford, the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers, built Ford proud.
Well, one of the big things in the game against the Calgary Flames, the Oilers played well, but they did give up a couple big opportunities against, and Stuart Skinner was excellent. But this is a different animal. The New Jersey Devils have more depth up front. They have more game-breaking goal scorers. You cannot make big mistakes against New Jersey because they will make you pay. So the Oilers were good against Calgary. I think they're going to have to take it up a step against the New Jersey Devils defensively. Offensively, they were fine, but they're going to have to be a little bit better defensively against New Jersey.
That's our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. That wraps up Rogers Game Night. More with Rob and Bryn Griffiths during the end of the roll, first and second intermission. Up next, Jack Michaels has got the call on Fort Oilers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the stream. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers. 737373, Pizza 73.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't deke past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Welcome back inside Rogers Place, our Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Jack Michaels alongside Bob Stauffer for the Oilers' second of a back-to-back against the New Jersey Devils. Edmonton checks in with a record of 6-5-1. The Devils arrive at 7-5-2. Both teams having played Calgary in their last outing. The Devils shut out on Friday night, while Edmonton claimed a 4-2 victory at the Saddle Dome yesterday. Our starting lineup brought to you by our friends at Coventry Homes. Calvin Pickard at the pipes, Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard on defense, and up front, Leon Draisaitl centering Victor Arvidsson and Vasily Podkolzin. Now let's go down for our U.S. national anthem with Robert Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fans, please remain standing now and join Atlanta DeSalce for the Canadian National Anthem, being performed in Spanish as part of tonight's Dia de los Muertos celebration.
Oh, Canadá, nuestra patria y hogar, gloria y honor, lucharemos por ti. Un rayo de sol veremos salir con justicia, paz y fe, con valor y fe, lealtad y amor, bien bordaste tu blasón, deber y paz, virtud y fe, fama y honor será sin par nación. Oh, Canadá, lucharemos por ti.
Now, tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast.
Shoots and scores!
But now it's Draisaitl off to Connor McDavid. Centers Kane for the hat trick. He scores!
All the action called by the voices who know the game inside and out.
This crowd explodes!
Bob Stauffer and Jack Michaels on the Oilers Radio Network.
And indeed, it's Edmonton and New Jersey, a pair of clubs who played an 11-day span last year, and the Oilers won both of those contests after New Jersey had swept Edmonton the year prior. And last year, the Devils played an integral part of two winning streaks. The Oilers, in the first matchup, beat them at Rogers Place 4-1. It was the 7th of their 8 consecutive victories. And then right before Christmas, Edmonton once again in the metropolitan New York area got it going with a come-from-behind win over Jersey. They got 4 in the third period. It was the first of a club record 16-game winning streak. Here's Draisaitl and Nico Hischier, and we are underway inside Rogers Place. Packed to capacity, 18,347, but Colson twirls it inside. Again, your starting lineup brought to you by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. The Devils work it back to center. Matthias Ekholm will settle it down and shoot it right back in. New Jersey opened its regular season in Prague with a pair of wins over Buffalo. They're 3-0 in the Global Series, having beaten Edmonton in Sweden some years back. Speaking of Sweden, it's Matthias Ekholm on the puck off a Devils dump in. And left to right come the Oilers. Bouchard tries to hit Draisaitl in stride. Second of a back-to-back. You'll often see the team playing the second of a back-to-back have their legs a little earlier than their opponent. Let's see whether the Oilers can take advantage. Kulak shot blocked, rebound, and a save made on Darnell Nurse by goaltender Jake Allen for New Jersey. The starter is Jacob Markstrom for the Devils. He started and lost the game on Friday night, and of course his 8-game losing streak head-to-head against the Oilers undoubtedly played a role in first-year head coach Sheldon Keefe's decision to go with Allen tonight, who's 10-9-2 lifetime against Edmonton, mostly as a member of the St. Louis Blues. Last 3 years in Montreal. Oilers hem the Devils in. It's Hyman trying to force it free for Kulak, taken over by Andre Palat, the longtime member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, off to Jack Hughes. Devils very strong down the middle. Their 1-2 combination, Hischier and Hughes, one of the few that can be at least mentioned in the same paragraph with guys like McDavid and Draisaitl. Connor McDavid missing a third straight game tonight as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will dial it up in his own zone for Edmonton. In the blue sweaters with the orange and white trim, Devils in the white with the red numerals and black pants. Tossed into the New Jersey zone, turned over by Kovacevic, the one-time Montreal Canadian, who's able to regain the puck, but he put too much on it, and it's icing. And referees Kyle Raymond and Tom Shimoleski signal face-off back in the Devils zone. Linesman Libor Sakanik and Caleb Apperson. So, Bob, just one new member of the officiating quartet from last night's 4-2 win over the Flames, and that's Apperson, the linesman, as Allen looks at a face-off to his right.
Involved in that somewhat controversial call on the high stick. Counted as a goal.
Adam Henrique wins the face-off back to Darnell Nurse. There's a shot that was redirected into the corner. And that's a rare one where, here's a quick chance and a backhander off the pipe from Adam Henrique in tight. And he had the first hat trick of his career against New Jersey, the team that drafted him as a member of the Anaheim Ducks last December. And he pinged the bar against Jake Allen. Had him beat cleanly, but it ticked the crossbar and sailed out of play. Face-off to Allen's left.
Real great little interior dish pass there from Matthias Janmark.
This line needs something to go in for him.
You said it. And maybe Janmark getting that empty netter, and I know it wasn't as a trio with this line, but get a little bit of juice going.
Well, you knew Draisaitl would be looking for him to get Janmark his first goal, and he did. Troy Stecher draws into the Edmonton lineup. Here's a tip in front. Adam Henrique stopped again, and that's how he scored when he joined the Oilers last March, Bob. You'll recall, scored a lot of goals right like that, perched in front, getting his stick on loose pucks. Sent in deep, Calvin Pickard, the starter for the Edmonton Oilers, 4-0 lifetime against New Jersey. Stecher intercepts a centering pass and then got blasted by Curtis McDermott, who draws in for his fourth start for New Jersey. That's because Nathan Bastian suffered what many suspect is a broken jaw in an altercation with Ryan Lomberg on Friday night at the Saddledome. Driving in for the left-hand side is Justin Dowling, and you got to give him credit. 10 years in the American Hockey League, and he's back in the NHL, a guy who played 100 games in his first 13 years pro. That's a lot of up and down and a lot of long bus rides in the AHL. Long shot from distance, that sails wide. Rebound, Timo Meyer, starting to come alive last year for Jersey down the stretch in garbage time as the Devils missed the playoffs after a 112-point season. Meyer a steal. A dish to Luke Hughes from the left circle, tries to center, and that's out of the reach of Ty Emberson and held in by Brett Pesce, who came over after nearly a decade in Carolina. And Bob and I always liked Pesce's game.
They got a good defense, Jack.
Sent in deep by the Oilers. Derek Ryan draws in up front for the Oilers while Drake Caggiula takes a seat. That combined with Pickard. So in other words, Stecher, Ryan, and Pickard are the newcomers for Edmonton in terms of tonight's lineup as compared to last night's. A dump in by the Devils. Bouchard to Ekholm, a stretch play to Arvidsson, and he was bobbled up by Palat. We've played 4 minutes. The Oilers had the first 3 shots on net against 34-year-old veteran goaltender Jake Allen. who interestingly enough, Bob, as you know, was drafted 3 picks after Jacob Markstrom. Both 34 years of age, both early second-round picks back in 2008. Evan Bouchard will give it up right-hand side. And eventually tossed in by Podkolzin, who had another good game last night in Calgary, and he was a talking point this morning.
This team can skate, Jack, New Jersey.
Here's Jack Hughes in across the line, a quick dish. Palat back to Hughes, and that pass was intercepted by Nugent Hopkins. They didn't do much skating Friday night in Calgary, laid an egg, and were shut out. Here's Stetcher off the rush, a save made, a rebound, and a sprawling, diving save made by Jake Allen on the rebound against Zach Hyman. That puck still loose. He was unable to cover, and now it's Ryan Nugent Hopkins. He'll throw it around the boards. That's where if Hyman was a left-handed shot, it's probably in the net as he's able to elevate. Jack Hughes will give it up. Controlling the puck and dropping it off, Jesper Bratt. Now taking it hard to the net is Paul Cotter. Centering pass, wrist shot, score! And the Devils, on their first shot of the game, take a 1-0 lead. A quick dish to Stefan Nason. And again, that Plano, Texas triumvirate of NHL players strikes. This time it's Nason off a brilliant feed to make it 1-0. Cotter the primary.
Well, they got a fairly easy zone entry and then were able to set it up. But Cotter with some real good patience, and you're not challenging that. That's just Mason, 37, 36 points the last 2 years.
Looked like Pickard got a piece of that puck, Bob. Stefan Nason, his 6th of the year. And as you said, back in the American Hockey League, Nason won the scoring championship in the American Hockey League with a 48-goal campaign, won the Calder Cup, went back to the NHL, and as you said, put together 2 good years in Carolina. Up the right-hand side, Nason, who, by the way, is making his 2nd tour of duty with the Devils, also played for New Jersey prior. Ty Emberson up the middle and cleared back in and eventually grabbed by the Oilers, turned over by Connor Brown, backhander by Nason, and that was tipped away. So the Devils score on their first shot after Edmonton showed promise with a pretty solid opening 5 minutes.
And Jake Allen played well because he kept a couple pucks in tight.
Diving save on Hyman and got a break when Henrique hit the crossbar. Henrique won a battle behind the net on a dump in, but his centering pass intercepted by Dowling and shot in by Tomas Tatar. The well-traveled one, his 2nd tour of duty with New Jersey as well. McDermott out to the point. Siegenthaler a shot, and that's speared by Calvin Pickard, who in building that 4-0 record against the Devils has a shutout and a .944 save percentage lifetime against New Jersey. But he and the Oilers find themselves down 1-0. We played 6 1/4 live at Rogers Place, sold out in downtown Edmonton on a beautiful fall evening. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions, take 1 for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermal couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take 1.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep, unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta, Alberta's #1 sports book and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new Sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0 Yankee game for the New Jersey Devils, who arrive at this game on the back end of a Western Canadian road trip. Started with a 6-0 blasting of the Vancouver Canucks, and then were shut out in turn by the Calgary Flames. They might have gotten Roxied in that one. Knocked down by Evan Bouchard, a clear by Timo Meier up the right-hand side, gathered by Ekholm and twisted back in. Jack Michaels, Bob Stauffer with you. Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth high atop Rogers Place. The 8th floor, and 18,000 plus packed in on this Monday night. Back end of a back-to-back for the Oilers, who've lost the first two in that scenario. Home to Calgary and on the road at Columbus. Arvidsson driving in left to right. He'll send it in deep. That line of Arvidsson, Draisaitl, and Podkolzin highly effective the last couple of wins. Edmonton comes into this game having won 4 of 5. Andre Palat dishing. One-timer ripped by Dougie Hamilton. Kicked out. Big rebound by Pickard all the way out to center. They missed Hamilton last year desperately as they, again, fell from a 112-point team all the way down to 81. Hamilton missed 60 games with a torn pec. They were without Hughes, 20 games. His shoulder got banged up. Nico Hischier, the captain, missed 11, underrated player, and a lot of guys just tailed off from the year prior where everything seemed to go right. The only guy who had a career year last year was Jesper Bratt. Dump in by the Devils, Adam Henrique. Boy, did he score a big goal for the Devils. 2012 Eastern Conference Final, Game 6 to eliminate the Rangers and send the Devils to their last Stanley Cup Final. Nurse up through center, reaching forward is Matthias Janmark at the Devils' blue line. He was tripped up and has to back off, and now Paul Cotter will take a pass and work it up the right-hand side. Moments ago, setting up Stefan Nason for the game's only goal. 1-0 New Jersey. Janmark and Henrique challenging, and Henrique blindly shoots into the opposite corner. That's going to be taken by Tatar, and the Devils can fly, as Bob talked about. Tatar puts the brakes on. One-timer ripped by Kovacevic, and a save made by Pickard. A juicy rebound is flipped out safely by Henrique, who took the hit to make the play from McDermott.
And Brown blocked that shot off the inside of his shin pad, and he's certain that's offside.
Kovacevic works his way in, and as Bob indicated, there's a late offside call with 8 1/2 minutes gone by in this first period. Is Brown looking any worse for the wear, or he's staying on the bench?
That's right, and he's leaned over on the bench. He's hurting for certain.
So 1-0 New Jersey. Fired Lindy Ruff after last year's disappointment. And again, that was a team that not only had the injuries, Bob, but they had the 27th best save percentage in the league.
That'll do it.
You start a season with Schmid and Vanacek, and I don't think you can call yourself what they thought of themselves, which was a top 5 Eastern Conference contender. And the goaltending ended up letting them down more than anything. Lindy Ruff dismissed. Sheldon Keefe brought in after 5 years in Toronto, where Keefe lost 3 Game 7s and a decisive Game 5 in the bubble. Here's a chance. A wrist shot by Podkolzin, a save, another post, a rebound. Draisaitl had it blocked. Here's a blast by Ekholm, and that stayed out. And Allen scrambling with his back to the play at times, but somehow the puck stays out of the net. The Oilers have hit a bar and a post, and Timo Meier has his clearing pass deflected out of play. And now we've got some pushing and shoving, and it's getting nasty. And the Devils a lot braver with a guy like McDermott in the lineup. Even though he's not on the ice right now, he gives the Devils some team toughness.
Brendan Dillon, too.
Brendan Dillon, a veteran acquisition on the back end. After several years in Winnipeg, he's bounced around a little bit, but a valuable commodity. And a stabilizing presence opposite Dougie Hamilton. I don't think we're going to have any penalties out of this little dust-up, but what a flurry. And Jake Allen having lost track. There was a backhander that either deflected off the post or Dillon himself, who was standing right by the post. I think it was Bouchard who kind of just tossed that into the blue paint.
You think of Edmonton's had 2 pretty good looks here, and Allen fought him off, and then the first chance New Jersey had ends up in the net.
You know what I was thinking of, Bob, during that sequence is what Connor McDavid talked about this morning when he was asked to assess where the team's at. He's like, we're still missing a little bit of polish.
Yeah.
And I thought of that with some of the chances we've seen in the first 9 minutes. Nugent Hopkins between Skinner and Hyman off that last flurry to Jake Allen's left-hand side. Nugent-Hopkins will be moved out of there, replaced by Hyman. Bouchard and Ekholm, the deep pair, and a face-off win for Zach Hyman. Here's a blast from Bouchard, blocked up top by Palat. Another shot pinballed off of Hyman and actually sailed out of play. Hyman coming into this game with goals in back-to-back contests after going the first 10 without. 10:44 to go, first period, 1-0 Devils. Nason from Cotter, his sixth at 5:18, the difference right now. Nugent-Hopkins against Jack Hughes on the face-off, and a clear up the middle. Jack Hughes wears number 86. Younger brother Luke on the back end wears number 43. And not because he's half the player, that's for sure. 47 points last year, but again, the goaltending led to a minus 25 rating for Hughes from the back end. Sent in deep. Bratt will throw it around to Palat, wide open in front, and Jack Hughes mishandled that puck, Bob. Otherwise, he had a point-blank opportunity. Nugent-Hopkins cuts to his right, dumps it in. Allen anticipates and slides it over to Bratt. But New Jersey, that was a gaping hole down the seam, Bob.
They've found some of those, haven't they?
Won a game off a stretch pass in here a couple years ago. Emerson guilty of an icing call up the right-hand side. But fortunately for Edmonton, Hughes unable to handle that puck cleanly. And as a result, the game remains just 1-0. 9:59 to play first period. Time for a break. Live from Rogers Place with Ford Dealers NHL Hockey. The Oilers Radio Network.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PV sent you.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Give Jesper Bratt a second assist on Paul Cotter's primary and Stefan Nason's sixth goal of the year. It's 1-0 New Jersey, a face-off in the neutral zone as we bring you back inside Rogers Place. Similar starting time on Wednesday. Cam Moon and Bob will have that call for you as the Oilers welcome the Vegas Golden Knights to town. Tonight it was 6:46 Mountain Time. On Wednesday it'll be 6:44. Face-off win for Noah Philp. Again, a change on this line. Derek Ryan and Corey Perry are the wingers instead of Drake Caggiula, which was the case last night in Calgary, where Edmonton won 4-2. Game-winning goal by Hyman on the power play with 10 minutes to go. Jersey works to hold the zone, and that puck crawled outside, and that's offside against the Devils, and a face-off coming in front of the Edmonton bench. Go ahead, partner.
I don't know how there wasn't a penalty called there. Philp was held as he's trying to break out of the zone. Had a tough night in the face-off circle, went 1-9. It's 11%, 1-8.
Henrique out there with Janmark and Connor Brown. And off the face-off, tossed in deep by Justin Dowling. Retrieved by Tatar. Tried to pass to Dowling that was tipped off Dowling's shoulder, and Nurse was able to gather and clear. Janmark fell down, turned it over, and Tatar will spin and twist it back toward the Oiler net. Calvin Pickard to the middle of the ice for Janmark. He'll take a stroll and reload for Edmonton, moving left to right in this opening period. Janmark to Connor Brown. A shot and a save. Juggling act by Jake Allen. He's eventually able to put it to rest, and that's the first shot on goal Edmonton has managed in the last 5 minutes. Got off to a great start. At last 6 minutes, actually. We're out shooting the Devils 5-0. And then as Bob talked about, first chance the Devils got, Cotter able to find a wide-open Stefan Nason in the slot. And he beat Calvin Pickard for the game's only goal. And then Jesper Bratt, a few minutes ago, same thing. Wide open in the slot, only he didn't handle the pass. Draisaitl, back-to-back three-point games without Connor McDavid in the lineup. When he won the Hart Trophy in 2020, the Oilers went 3-2-2 without McDavid, and Draisaitl had a dozen points in those 7 games. Even better production here without his captain. And off the draw, the Devils are able to curl it up the right-hand side. Kovacevic will send it around the boards. Timo Meier scored 15 goals in his last 21 for the Devils last season, and off to a respectable start this year, but bottled up behind the Edmonton net. New Jersey falls back into a defensive posture with 8.5 to go in the period. Bouchard quarterbacking, 5-on-5, finding Ekholm at center ice. Rink wide, Podkolzin double teamed immediately. Siegenthaler able to pry that loose. Kovacevic will play it up the boards. Dawson Mercer did not get it out. Bouchard to Podkolzin. Here's a shot by Ekholm that was tipped and ultimately lofted back towards center. Mercer had a 2-goal game in that aforementioned Jersey loss to Edmonton back on December the 21st. And that 4-goal outburst in the third period triggered a 16-game winning streak, second only to Pittsburgh's 17 in 1993. Devils moving in for the right-hand side. Palat quickly to Jack Hughes from the point. A shot tipped, rebound, and somehow Bratt unable to punch it home. He had 2 great looks, but his stick was broken, and that might have bothered him. Here's a lead pass. Hyman the other way. Wrist shot, and that was fought off by Jake Allen. Rebound, Skinner, sharp angle, and a save made by Allen. Chances at both ends. I thought Bratt was scoring, Bob. That puck was sitting there in the blue paint.
Stick got hacked and whacked on the play.
No penalty was called as it's in shards behind Calvin Pickard.
What a chance for Zach Hyman. The Oilers basically had a 3-on-1 up the ice the other way.
Hyman scored on a similar play in Nashville. That was a stretch pass from Darnell Nurse, scored on a wrist shot off the forehand side, this time denied by Allen on a similar attempt. Corey Perry in on the forecheck with Noah Philp, but Paul Cotter is able to shovel it up the left-hand side. Last couple years with Vegas, including a 13-goal campaign a few years ago when the Golden Knights won the Cup. Here's Noah Philp to Corey Perry through the neutral zone. Dougie Hamilton tries to cut it off and does. Nason a high flip that's going to be settled by Kulak back in his own zone. Quick change for Jersey. Edmonton trying to catch the Devils in it. Emerson will shovel it in. On the puck is Kovacevic, eludes Derek Ryan and Adam Henrique, fires it up the right-hand side, and they're going to wave off icing here. Oilers back in their own zone, getting worked over. Hard forecheck, McDermott trying to rough up Ty Emerson. Justin Dowling joins the fray. It's out to the point. Siegenthaler looks for a lane, had his shot blocked. Got it back to Tatar. 6-time 20-goal scorer, playing on the 4th line for New Jersey. Tomas Tatar, double team, coughed it up. And now streaking down the right-hand side, Connor Brown, but Siegenthaler will gather, and then he blew a wheel, fell into the board, centering pass. Henrique denied on the doorstep for a 3rd time. Jake Allen stoned him. And Henrique probably could have a hat trick in this game as well. Scored 4 goals against this old team last year. Here's a chance, and Pickard off a Edmonton turnover, able to deny Timo Meier, who was set up by Dawson Mercer, and both teams leaking glorious chances, Bob. 5:41 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Devils. And trust us, that's probably the lowest scoring game you can envision in this one. Great chances, both sides. The Devils have the game's only goal. We're back with more first period play-by-play in just a moment. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey, the Oilers Radio Network.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Take in the ultimate game day experience at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options and off-track betting. Feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Don't miss a second of the action at Century Casino. Come for the action. Stay for the fun.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Bob and I expending an entertaining game, and we've gotten one. The teams have split 18 shots on net, several of the quality variety. Not all shots have counted. Henrique hit a crossbar. He's had 2 other terrific chances. The Devils as well, opportunities to extend the lead, haven't done it. It's 1-0. The one goal that did go in belongs to Stefan Nason. Here's a turnover by the Oilers. Wrist shot, and somehow, again, Jesper Bratt had an empty net, and again, he hit some bodies in front with Pickard down and out.
Well, Bouchard, a soft play, but I think he blocked that one with his
did.
With his butt.
Posterior. Bouchard back on his feet against Jack Hughes. Wow, both teams have given up some great A's in this first period. Bouchard left to right, chips it to himself from the right corner. He'll send it around the boards. Draisaitl had it, lost it at his feet, and Dawson Mercer lifts it ahead. Streaking forward is Meyer. They'll wave off icing as Timo Meyer able to gather center off the stick of Calvin Pickard, and a shaky clear up the middle is held in by Brendan Dillon. Now Heishier will drop it back to Dillon. The wily veteran pokes it down low, shot by Hamilton from a sharp angle, and a save by Pickard, and he needed to make it because Mercer was perched right in front of him. 4.5 to go in the first period. Devils 1, the Oilers no score, and I don't think Sheldon Keefe or Chris Knobloch will be turning cartwheels about how the clubs have played defensively in this opening 20.
Did that get a piece of the right shoulder of Bouchard, I think?
Bratt had the net to himself. I thought it got him on the right wrist, but tough to tell. I don't think it hit a post.
All that matters is it did not end up in the net.
Right. From an Oiler perspective, quite relieved not to be down 2 or 3-0. Yet at the other end, Edmonton's had some point-blank looks. Hyman and Henrique hit a bar, and now Hyman up the right-hand side. For the Oilers off the draw. He'll take it into the offensive zone. Checked by Eric Halla. Hyman rolls up in front. Shot. Backhander. Save made. Point blank on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Had his stick tied up and then was smashed from behind by Halla. No penalty was called as going tumbling in the boards was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Back on his feet, getting worked over. Out to Troy Stetcher. Threw it across to Nurse. Wrist shot. And that was kicked out by Allen. Rebound poked free by Nason and cleared off the stick of Nurse and back to Troy Stetcher. Stetcher up the right-hand side for Jeff Skinner. A little spin move, digging after it. Ultimately freeing the puck up was Brendan Dillon, but it's turned over, and now Siegenthaler has to defend, and did so expertly against Jeff Skinner. Devils the other way, and boy, they can move it. Return pass to Jesper Bratt out of his reach. Siegenthaler, Bratt to Palat, and a centering pass broken up. When the Devils are in motion, Bob, that's when they're at their most dangerous.
We know that. They can skate. And the Oilers' fastest, most explosive player, who happens to be the fastest, most explosive player in the world, he's not available.
Correct. McDavid missing his third straight game as the Oilers take an icing call with 3:18 to go in this first period. A high event period, and somehow the score is a rather diminutive 1-0 for New Jersey. Stefan Nason.
Connor McDavid's got 27 points in 15 career games against the
He's
Devils.
never gone a game against the Devils without getting a point. So nearly 2 a game. Leon Draisaitl has points in 8 straight against New Jersey, 11 in 17 for his career in terms of goals. So a face-off, right side of goaltender Calvin Pickard. Adam Henrique, who spent 6.5 years with the New Jersey Devils, wins a face-off. Brett Kulak up the left-hand side, and this time no icing. And settled by Allen. Here's a pass for Paul Connor, Luke Hughes, wearing Paul Connor's old number in Vegas, but no excuse for that little mishap. Nevertheless, the Devils able to get it in deep. Brett Kulak up the left-hand side. Janmark to Connor Brown, chipped in, and Hughes will gather for the Devils. The second-year defenseman up to Tatar. And now you've got Hischier, left circle, kicks it back. Shot by Meyer, blocked by Draisaitl. Threw it behind the net, did Meyer, cut off by Matthias Ekholm. Janmark sent off balance. Hischier lost his stick. Retrieves on the fly as Bouchard golfs it into the offensive zone for Edmonton. Played up the right-hand side, and Cotter got hammered on that far side by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Paul Cotter's only fight in the NHL was against Troy Stecher. Wristed down deep, Evan Bouchard. Round the boards, kick back behind to Hamilton by Nason, the man with the only goal tonight. Up the right-hand side, Cotter didn't get it out. Holla pinned his man against the boards, Arvidsson, and that allows Paul Cotter the ample room to move it down the left-hand side and ultimately toss behind the Edmonton goal line. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first period. New Jersey 1, Edmonton no score. Evan Bouchard able to wrestle control the puck away from New Jersey. Off to Podkolzin. Drop past Derek Ryan. Shot, kick save made by Allen. Rebound gathered by McDermott. Swiftly up to Tatar and sent in deep. Devils in on the forecheck. Dowling won't get there. Pickard first on the puck. Derek Ryan working hard against Tatar to get it out. Tatar kept it alive momentarily, but now Ryan emerges from the zone and finds an activating Stecher. Pass just out of the reach of Corey Perry. Tries to make a move through Kovacevic, and now it's played back to the point by Philp to Darnell Nurse. He tried to rim it. It was blocked by McDermott. Nurse was able to knock that down and try to catch New Jersey in a change. Nurse spun himself into the ice surface, however, and off that turnover, it'll be Dowling to Brendan Dillon, who lays it off the plexi back to center. Nurse, having recovered, had it, lost it. Quick shot by Bratt, and that was deflected away with a minute to go in the period, and the Devils still leading 1-0. Jeff Skinner on the puck against Palat. Up top for Brett Pesce. Waits and shoots, and a save made by Calvin Pickard. And that subtle move by Pesce, the head and shoulder fake to create a lane for himself, is why you and I have always liked this 10-year pro. 46 seconds to go in the first, 1-0 for the Devils.
Yeah, they had him and Slavin. Elected to give Slavin the long-term extension, and the Devils had cap space. Jack, I mean, you look, they've invested 3 top 10 picks in the last 4 years on defense. Only one of them's playing tonight. He's pretty good. And that's Hughes.
Nemitz was the second overall pick a couple of years ago, who played 60 games last season for the Devils and has played 9 for New Jersey this year. But right now, the odd man out on the back end. Off the faceoff, Ekholm and Bouchard control with a half minute to go in this first period. The Oilers trail by a score of 1-0, looking to win their third straight for the first time this year. Draisaitl from Adam Henrique. Run off the puck behind the New Jersey net, and Brendan Dillon will take it out of his own zone. Spilled in by Timo Meier with 15 seconds to go. Ekholm plays it up to Bouchard. Let it go through to Connor Brown. Conservatively back to Bouchard. Stretch play to Leon Draisaitl, and he'll shake free of traffic in the form of Pesce. Centering pass broken up by Dillon. Ekholm at the horn tries to center, and that went off Adam Henrique. And the Oilers, despite despite numerous chances to score, Jake Allen, it wasn't always pretty, but he battled, and he ends up being credited with 13 first-period saves. The Oilers trail 1-0 after a high event opening 20 that I don't think, quite frankly, either coach will be thrilled with.
I got the A-grade scoring opportunities, 4-3 for Edmonton in that period. They had some looks, and they just didn't capitalize, and multiple looks to Adam Henrique, and he did hit the post. That doesn't count as a shot. I mean, he gets an inch inside of where he's putting the puck there. It's in the net. So
Pratt could have a hat trick, and I think Henrique could have a hat trick at the other end.
Oilers got to be aware. This team can skate. They activate their D. I mean, this is a team now. They got all our horses going. Like, with all due respect to Nathan Bastian, the Oilers
it's not exactly Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. It's a completely different game as a result. But
on the other hand, you've played 2 solid games without Connor McDavid, so that's not an excuse the Oilers
like everything about that period for Edmonton, other than the scoring chances,
against
a little bit, and you talked about it. Just need a little bit more fine touch around the net.
He's Bob Stauffer. I'm Jack Michaels. 20 minutes complete at Rogers Place with the New Jersey Devils on Stefan Nason's 6th goal of the season, taking a 1-0 lead. Connor and Bratt with the helpers at 5:18. And again, chances aplenty for both sides. A highly entertaining first period as the Oilers look for their 3rd straight win over the New Jersey Devils, having swept the season series last year. In Edmonton, from this point forward, of course, we talked about the Wednesday tilt with Vegas and then a Saturday matchup in Vancouver, rematch of last year's second-round series. So a tough week, a challenging week for Edmonton. The Oilers at 6-5-1 look to solidify their standing in the Pacific Division. They'll go head-to-head with Vegas on Wednesday. But first things first, Eastern Conference opponent New Jersey at 7-5-2 and looking to atone for an egg they laid on Friday night in Calgary. Well, the Devils are 20 minutes to the good in terms of a 1-0 lead after that first period. Coming up, we'll have Bryn Griffiths as well as Rob Brown. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey live from Rogers Place, sold out as per usual in downtown Edmonton. The Oilers Radio Network.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
Time for forechecking, family fun, and fuzzies as your Edmonton Oil Kings battle the Red Deer Rebels November 24th in the annual Teddy Bear Toss. Skate by the box office by entering at 880ched.com. Then join the Salvation Army on November 21st at the Fantasyland Hotel for their Hope in the City dinner, launching the annual Christmas Kettle campaign. For more info, tickets, or to donate, visit salvationarmy.ca.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Here's a lead pass. Hyman the other way. Wrist shot. And that was fought off by Jake Allen. Rebound. Skinner. Sharp angle and a save made by Allen. Chances at both ends.
And that's our Highlight Zone brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. Welcome to the first intermission. It's Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown. And after 20 minutes of play, the New Jersey Devils with a 1-0 lead over the Edmonton Oilers. I guess the best way to sum up that first period, at least for me, is quality chances, quality saves.
Quality saves and some very fortunate bounces for both goaltenders. I thought both goalies were very, very good. Both goaltenders also had a little bit of luck on their side. The New Jersey Devils, I think it was Brad, had a wide open net. The goaltender Pickard was nowhere near the net, and Bouchard facing the wrong way. Somehow the puck hits his stick in the middle of the net and stays out, and twice Jake Allen looking the wrong way, and the puck just seems to find him as the Oilers threw a number of grade A's on net. I think Bob and Jack said it best at the end of the period. I think it was exciting for the fans to watch, but I think both coaches are going to have a little bit of words words with their teams between periods about the defensive lapses. It was loose.
I was just going to say, a tad on the loose side.
It was a very loose period with a ton of chances, which is fun for us to watch.
Right.
I mean, this is a 1-0 game that, with expected goals, probably should be 2-2 or 3-2. There were some quality chances by both teams. Defense was kind of optional. I mean, the Oilers got 2 breaks. They had one where a Devil defenseman fell in the neutral zone, and it turned into a 3-on-1, eventually a breakaway for Hyman. And then a Devil defenseman fell behind his net that turned into a grade A shot right in front of the net. So everything seemed to happen in that first 20 minutes. Unfortunately for the Oilers, the only thing that didn't happen was them putting the puck in the back of the net.
Well, Adam Henry could have had a hat trick in that. He had some great chances. Zach Hyman also had some opportunities, but just wasn't there for them in the first period. So where do you think there's going to be some corrections made here? Because both coaches are going to be talking to their teams a little bit. They can't be happy with that period.
Well, I think both teams want to be a little bit tighter in the defensive zone. Turnovers in the defensive zone, miscommunication, missed coverage. I mean, there was one where, Evan Bouchard has the puck on his stick, and the New Jersey Devil just took it off his stick. Evan was trying to make something out of nothing, and the defender, the Jersey Devil, pulled it away. Eventually, they get the wide open net. Now, Bouchard was very fortunate to hit his stick, and in the other end, New Jersey 2 or 3 times had the puck in front of their own net, and they took too long to make a play, and eventually there was a tip, and the Oilers got control of the puck again. The referees let everything go in that first period.
Right.
That's something to watch as this game moves on. That may actually, normally that doesn't favor the Oilers when there's no penalties, but New Jersey has a very good power play right now on the season, and the Oilers have struggled a bit. But defensively, both coaches will not be happy with the defensive framework that either team deployed in the first 20 minutes.
Oilers out shooting the Devils through the opening 20 minutes, 13-10. I guess if you're both coaches, you've got to say one thing. Offensively, although New Jersey's got the 1-0 lead, just keep firing the puck on the net. You've just got to keep throwing it towards the net. The goaltenders, as you mentioned, got lucky on a few of those chances.
Well, they did. More traffic in front.
Right.
See if you can get a stick on it. Some deflections we saw in the Calgary game. Traffic. Calgary Flames scored 2 goals simply by throwing hope shots on net, but they had traffic. One was a tip and one was a screen. These goaltenders seem locked in, so if they can see the puck, they're probably going to stop it. The Oilers' physical play, they should and hopefully will pick up in the final 40 minutes. Is New Jersey very skilled up front, but they've got some smaller players. Try to lean on them a little bit more. But as we know and we've seen throughout the years, there's a reason a small player is at the National Hockey League level. He doesn't get hit very often. He doesn't put himself in that position. As a fan, you just want to see more of the same. As a coach, you want to see better defensive play.
You and I talked earlier about the fact that we're kind of looking forward to this game because New Jersey is fun to watch.
Oh, they are. They're a ton of fun. Nico Hischier, fantastic player. Jack Hughes, Timo Meyer, Jesper Bratt, Eric Kowala. This is a third line that's got 6, 10, 15 goals. Their third line has 15 goals. The Edmonton Oilers' third line has 3. And one of those was in an empty net last game. So this is a team, New Jersey, that can put the puck in the back of the net. That's why they're so fun to watch. Is they're a deep team that every shift that they're out there, it doesn't matter if you're playing against the first or fourth line. If you make a mistake, they will make you pay. As we saw, it was the third line, Stefan Nesson, who scores the goal. And it was just a pretty play where he got lost. And the Oilers' defensive coverage lost him in the high slot area. But he's good enough to score from distance. So New Jersey is good. They're getting fantastic goaltending tonight. It's funny. Both teams played their backup goaltender. Yeah. Both teams are getting great goaltending from their backup goalies.
Hey, so is it really a key of the Oilers just to be patient here in the second period and not try to force it too much?
Well, you can't force it against good, highly skilled teams. You force it, that's where they make you pay.
Right.
We've seen when teams will play against the Oilers and they try to force plays that aren't there, and that's where the Oilers pick it off. They come back with odd man breaks, and they beat you because teams get a little itchy. They feel they have to make something happen all the time, and then the Oilers' offensive players are like, all right, this is it. We're playing with a shorter ice surface, and we can make things happen. So you don't want to do that against New Jersey. New Jersey has players that are good enough to make things happen on their own. Do not help them out by giving them a shorter ice surface, by turning the pucks over in the New neutral zone. Get pucks in deep. When you're a highly skilled team, usually your weakness, because every team there's weaknesses on every team. When you're a highly skilled team, your weakness is usually in your own zone. You get running around, and we saw that a couple times in that first period where the Oilers kept pucks in along the boards, defenseman pinch, pushed the puck back down low, and when it was down low, the forecheck got going. And then the New Jersey Devils, that's when they got stuck, and then they couldn't get the puck out, and then they're running around doing each other's jobs, and we saw 4, 5, 6 good scoring chances by the Oilers simply off a good forecheck.
So if you're Chris Knobloch, what do you tell the troops after 20?
Tighten up defensively. Keep working hard. Try to draw a penalty. The only way you draw a penalty is if you have the puck on your stick, and the Oilers just have to win battles. I thought it was a highly entertaining first period. It just, the Oilers defensively have some things they got to get better at.
Okay, Rob. Thanks. We're going to take a break. Obviously, we have a news update on the way. And At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. We're back with more from Rogers Place. This is your Ford Dealers Oilers Radio Network.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
Proudly headquartered in OilCountry, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
This is Global News at the first intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. The federal and Alberta governments are staking out their positions on proposed new oil and gas emissions regulations. Ottawa says it's an emissions cap. Alberta says it's a production cap that will create a huge hole in the economy. Alberta says it's considering a constitutional challenge or using the Alberta Sovereignty Act. If you rewind 12 months to the day, we were talking about the long-awaited opening of the southeast stretch of the Valley Line LRT. Now, 1 year later, Edmonton Transit Service says the 13-kilometer line has carried 2.25 million riders, which is the equivalent to just over 6,000 riders per day. And Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have made their final pitches to voters in the same part of Pennsylvania at roughly the same time. Two presidential hopefuls spent the last full day of the presidential campaign in a state that could make or break their chances at the White House. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast is of the second intermission on 880 CHED.
Every year, carbon monoxide poisoning kills over 300 Canadians and hospitalizes many more. Carbon monoxide has no smell, taste, or color. But protecting yourself and your family isn't hard. A properly functioning carbon monoxide alarm can detect carbon monoxide and alert you to the danger. We've created a helpful carbon monoxide checklist to help you protect your household. Visit atco.com/co to learn more and download the checklist. ATCO.
You can't predict exactly how your harvest will go. So here's the next best thing, InvigorResults.ca. Featuring localized and replicated trial results, you can see how Invigor canola hybrids could perform in your fields. But more importantly, the results demonstrate our consistent track record and undisputed leadership, giving you the confidence to flex your harvest muscle season after season. Go to InvigorResults.ca to see results in your area today.
Businesses deserve the best protection against cyber threats. Alltech offers state-of-the-art IT and cybersecurity solutions to safeguard digital assets. The team of experts at Alltech are dedicated to providing the highest level of security, ensuring that data remains safe and operations are seamless. With Alltech, businesses can focus on growth while the rest is handled. From advanced threat detection to comprehensive data security, Alltech has it covered. Choose Alltech for reliable and effective cybersecurity. Visit alt-tech.ca now to learn more.
At the intermission, brought to you by Hand of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back live at Rogers Place after 20 minutes of play. The Edmonton Oilers trailing the New Jersey Devils 1-0 in a game that provided lots of scoring chances and lots of goaltender saves. Let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Just one other game in the NHL tonight, and they are playing late in the second period, 4 minutes to go. The Los Angeles Kings on the road in Nashville to take on the Predators. And